SAO is complete garbage. Even the Minecraft movie looks more appealing. The WandaVision show is much better than SAO.
WandaVision is a Disney Plus series starring Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, and Vision. It'll be set in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it shares continuity with the movies in the franchise. In this video, I'll break it down and explain everything you need to know about WandaVision. Let's get started. This TV screen box format. This is to mimic the old and classic TV shows. Back then, TVs were more square in shape, and the TV shows at the time were shown like this. Also, the song playing in the background is Twilight Time by the Platters. Wanda and Vision have just been married. In the comics, Wanda and Vision get married and they have two sons, Thomas and William. Later in the trailer, we see two babies, who are most likely Thomas and William. We know that WandaVision takes place after Avengers Endgame. Vision was killed by Thanos in Infinity War, and he wasn't brought back to life in Endgame. So the biggest question here is, how is Vision even alive? Oh, and the Mind Stone is also back in Vision's head, even though all the Infinity Stones were destroyed by Thanos at the beginning of Endgame. The newspaper here says Westview Herald. In the comics, Wanda and Vision lived in Leonia, which is a borough in Bergen County, New Jersey, United States. Westview is also located in Bergen County, New Jersey, United States. So maybe Wanda has taken over the town of Westview or something. Wanda changes Vision's appearance to look more human. It seems like the show will be inspired by the sitcom Bewitched. This show was about a witch who married an ordinary man and vows to lead the life of a typical suburban housewife. Kathryn Hahn's character then appears. The only thing we know about her is that she's been cast as a nosy neighbor. However, many people have been speculating that she's actually playing Agatha Harkness, a powerful witch who mentored Wanda. Later in the trailer, this character wears a witch costume and laughs just like a witch, so this highly suggests that Kathryn Hahn will be playing Agatha Harkness. The wine here is called Maison du Mépris. Maison du translates to House of. In other words, it's a reference to House of M, which is a 2005 comic book storyline. Wanda suffers a mental breakdown and tries to alter the fabric of reality to recreate her lost children. Deborah Jo Rupp's character asks Wanda and Vision a lot of questions. She was the actress who played Kitty Foreman in That 70s Show, so this is a great sitcom homage. There's a man named Arthur played by Fred Melamed. He's the husband of Deborah Jo Rupp's character. The show then expands to fill up the entire screen. I think this symbolizes a few things. First, it shows that Wanda and Vision are being overwhelmed. Second, Wanda and Vision are trying to widen their point of view. Third, the widescreen shots might take place in the present, while the box format scenes were taking place in the past. Wanda and Vision are each holding a baby. As mentioned before, this is probably Thomas and William. In the comics, they're known as Wiccan and Speed. They're members of the Young Avengers. Wiccan has the ability to manipulate and alter reality at will. Speed has the ability to move and run at very fast speeds. We get a quick shot of Wanda's costume from the comics. It seems to be part of a Halloween party. Later in the trailer, Vision also wears his costume from the comics, and there are people trick-or-treating in the background, which confirms that it's part of a Halloween-themed episode. If you look closely, you can see that Vision's cape is torn, and there's a big hole in it. This scene might take place after some sort of fight occurred. Vision uses the Mind Stone powers on Kathryn Hahn's character, and she somehow knows that Vision is dead. If Kathryn Hahn is indeed playing the all-powerful witch Agatha Harkness, then this would explain how she knows so much. There's a scene where Wanda changes objects around her. Looks like when Wanda gets tired of one reality, she'll just alter and change everything around her, and switch to a different decade. Very convenient superpowers. Teyonah Parris' Monica Rambeau is thrown out of this pocket dimension. Monica Rambeau appeared in the Captain Marvel movie, but that took place in the 90s and she was a kid. Now she's an adult. In the comics, Monica Rambeau was first introduced as the second Captain Marvel, but she would later go on to be known as Photon, Pulsar, and Spectrum. She has the ability to transform herself into any form of energy within the electromagnetic spectrum. The letters WES are visible on the sign here. As stated before, the setting is most likely Westview, New Jersey. The military guys are probably from SWORD, which is the space counterpart of S.H.I.E.L.D. Their job is to deal with extraterrestrial threats. If you zoom in, you can even see Kat Dennings' character Darcy Lewis. She was from Thor and Thor the Dark World, and she'll be reprising her role in WandaVision. Finally, the series is coming soon on Disney+. There's no confirmed release date, but it's supposed to come out in December 2020, most likely after The Mandalorian Season 2 has finished airing all its episodes. WandaVision will have 6 episodes in total, and it'll be the first series in Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And that's it for this breakdown. Did you notice any more details that weren't mentioned in this video? If so, be sure to tell me in the comments below. Also, let me know how excited you are for WandaVision.
As you can see, WandaVision is miles better than Sword Art Online for a bunch of reasons that SAO just can't touch. First off, WandaVision is actually creative with its storytelling. It switches up the style every episode, giving us fun nods to classic TV shows from different decades. Meanwhile, SAO sticks to the same predictable, boring plot where every arc feels like a cheap copy of the last one. There's nothing fresh or exciting about it. The characters in WandaVision actually have depth. Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany put in real performances performances that make you feel for Wanda and Vision. They show real emotions like love and loss. Compare that to SAO, where the characters are flatter than cardboard, and most of them are just there to fawn over the main guy, Kirito, who is about as interesting as a blank wall. Then there's the emotional impact. WandaVision digs deep into mental health, trauma, and dealing with pain in ways that feel genuine. It's not afraid to get heavy, and it resonates with viewers. On the other hand, SAO tries to be deep, but just ends up being cheesy. The attempts at drama feel forced and end up falling flat. Visually, WandaVision is a treat. Got style and flair, and each episode looks unique. SAO is pretty generic anime fare. Nothing about it stands out visually, and the animation is often bland. And let's not forget how WandaVision builds suspense and keeps you guessing, gives you mysteries to solve and unexpected twists. SAO doesn't even try. It's just one overpowered character beating everyone else over and over. No mystery, no suspense, just a tedious power fantasy. WandaVision has something for everyone. Clever references, genre twists, and real emotional moments. SAO, meanwhile, is just a mess of lazy writing, repetitive plots. It's no wonder WandaVision became a cultural phenomenon, while SAO is mostly known for being cringeworthy. So yeah, WandaVision is leagues ahead of Sword Art Online. Smart, emotional, and actually worth watching. Everything SAO wishes it could be, but never will. You want to watch another Marvel movie? Check out Black Widow.
The upcoming Black Widow movie will be the newest movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. You know that the main villain of the movie is Taskmaster, but we don't know who Taskmaster actually is. So I thought it'd be interesting to present a few theories on Taskmaster's true identity. Anyways, let's get started. Number 1. Hawkeye. In the first Black Widow trailer, we see that Taskmaster uses a bow. Who else uses a bow in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Oh yeah, Hawkeye. So therefore Taskmaster and Hawkeye might actually be the same exact person. This one is most likely not the case because Hawkeye doesn't really have a reason to kill Black Widow. Furthermore, Marvel has already made Hawkeye the bad guy before in the first Avengers movie, so I doubt they're gonna do that again. Number 2. Rick Mason. Rick Mason will be played by actor O.T. Fagbenley. However, we don't see his character at all in any of the trailers. Why is that? Well, it could be because he's Taskmaster, and Marvel doesn't want to reveal that in the trailer. We do know that Rick Mason is romantically interested in Natasha Romanoff, so Taskmaster could be after Natasha Romanoff due to jealousy. I believe that this is the most likely option. Number 3. Melina Vostokov. Melina Vostokov is Rachel Weisz's character in the movie. What if she was actually the main villain of the movie? It would certainly be a big twist that would surprise all the viewers. Marvel has done this kind of thing before with the whole Mandarin twist in Iron Man 3, and the Skrulls and Captain Marvel actually being the good guys. The special look for Black Widow kinda debunks this theory, because we saw Melina Vostokov fighting Taskmaster, and she obviously can't be two people at the same time, but she could easily just hire some random guy to be Taskmaster when she's not being Taskmaster, in order to throw people off. Or it could be revealed that Taskmaster works for Melina Vostokov, and she's the real villain behind everything. Plus the trailer footage could be fake and not in the actual movie, but put in there to purposely mislead the audience. Marvel has put fake shots in many of their other movie trailers. Like, there was a shot of Hulk and Wakanda during the Avengers Infinity War trailer, but that never happened in the actual movie. Number 4. Captain America. In the special look for Black Widow, there's a scene where Taskmaster uses a shield and throws it, similar to Captain America. What if it was Captain America? Black Widow is a prequel that takes place between Captain America Civil War and Avengers Infinity War. Therefore, Captain America would still be in his prime, and not the old guy at the end of Avengers Endgame. Similar to the Hawkeye possibility, this one is also most likely not the case, because Captain America doesn't have a reason to kill Black Widow. Number 5. Natasha's clone. As far as I'm aware, cloning doesn't currently exist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but neither did time travel until it was introduced in Avengers Endgame. So Black Widow could be the first movie to introduce the concept of cloning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, with Taskmaster actually being a clone of Natasha Romanoff, or perhaps Taskmaster is a clone of another Marvel character. This would definitely be a big shocker if it was true. Number 6. A robot. How can a normal human being mimic several other people's abilities so flawlessly? What if Taskmaster wasn't a human being at all, but rather some sort of advanced AI? A machine can easily remember stuff way better than any human. It's possible that Ultron, the main villain from Avengers Age of Ultron, is still alive. Maybe Taskmaster is Ultron. Taskmaster not only wears a mask, but the rest of Taskmaster's body is also covered. Why is that? It would make sense if Taskmaster was actually a robot, and doesn't want people to see that. So yeah, those are some theories on who Taskmaster could be. What do you think about the suggestions I presented in this video? Do you agree with any of them? Or do you have your own theory on Taskmaster's true identity? Let me know your opinion in the comments below.
Here's another cool movie you should check out.
The Vast of Night is a 2019 American science fiction movie. If you're unsure about the ending, then you definitely came to the right place. In this video, I'll explain the ending of The Vast of Night. This video will contain spoilers for The Vast of Night, so make sure you watch that movie first before watching this video. Anyways, let's get started. So what exactly happened to Everett and Faye in the end? Well, I believe that they were abducted by the aliens. There's a lot of evidence to prove this statement. The final shot of the movie shows Faye's tape recorder on the ground. At the beginning of the movie, we learned that the tape recorder was quite important to Faye, and she was always very careful with it. It wasn't even her own tape recorder. She was borrowing it from the school. Therefore, Faye wouldn't just leave the tape recorder on the ground. She even said that she has to pay for it if it gets damaged. Faye must have accidentally dropped it when the aliens took her and Everett. Furthermore, we see that the radio station is empty, and Everett is not talking about the basketball match, which was very important to him. Just like Faye, the only reason for this must be because Everett was also abducted. Some people think that the UFO was simply part of Everett and Faye's imagination, but this is clearly not the case. As we saw at the beginning, The Vast of Night is framed as an episode of Paradox Theater, which is obviously based on The Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone is an anthology television series, created and presented by Rod Serling. Each episode presents a standalone story, in which characters find themselves dealing with often disturbing or unusual events. This goes to show that the entire movie was science fiction, and it's more proof that the UFO was real. The events of this movie are not happening in real life. It's just part of a scripted TV show, so there's no reason why the UFO would be fake. Furthermore, the town is called Cayuga, which is a reference to Cayuga Productions, Rod Serling's production company, and Everett's radio station is called WOTW, which is a reference to War of the Worlds, a science fiction novel written by H.G. Wells. It's one of the earliest stories to detail a conflict between mankind and an extraterrestrial race. These details are further confirmation that it's all just part of an act. What did you think of The Vast of Night? Let me know your opinion in the comments below. I personally thought it was decent. It doesn't look like the movie had a huge budget, so it's very impressive what they could do with the amount of resources they had. Well, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a future upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.